right. Let's see if that worked. Let's see. It says excellent condition so far. We're 3 seconds in. We'll see. I'm gonna keep my eye on it. I think I changed like one setting based on like a quick Google search. So we'll see how it does. Give me 3 seconds, guys. I am going to finish making my coffee and I'll be right back. Let's see. I got this. I was talking to this guy on Discord yesterday about like different industrial genres that he's trying to bring into his music. And one of them was called GAO, G-A-O, something like that. Here's a track on it that he showed me. It's called Perpetual by Ectoma. I was a little high last night, but it hit real good. I don't know if this. Oh, there we go. All right, I'll be right back.
There are no eyes here. In this hollow valley, there are no eyes here.
song's such a jam, dude. All right. I'm back. I've got my coffee. I'm pausing the music. There we go. I love the movements of that song. It changes so much over the course of like the 7 minutes. It really makes a full use of its runtime. I think it's a lot of fun. And it's a genre that I want to check out more of. So I'm like, I've never gotten too deep into EDM. It's a very hard genre to crack into. There's just a lot of albums that's hard to pick out the ones that you want to check out because they like from the outside looking in, there's a lot of similarities between like the micro genres and different bands. It's hard to pick out where the different influences are. So when you're really like looking at it from like a 10,000-foot view, it's a lot of but starting to dive deeper into those and into the intricacies of the different genres has been a lot of fun so far. Really rewarding. All right. So what are we doing today? I've got a project in mind that I've been thinking about for a while, and it has to do with Caretaker's Everything at the End of Time, Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's that massive album that they put out. It's a series of albums. Caretaker. Yeah, Everywhere at the End of Time. So it came out in 6 stages, and the way that they released this album was one album, like one collection of songs every 6 months, and it became this massive statement on dementia and loss of memory, old age, and it's very. This says 2023, but that is not accurate. This is an older album, isn't it? Yeah, so there's 6 stages, just incredible artwork. This is what always, I think this is what drew a lot of people in, was the incredible artwork that Caretaker used for these albums. But if you're not familiar with how this worked, this is an experimental collection of albums, and I'm not super familiar with it either. And the sounds in here, but my understanding is the songs become more unhinged and depressing, bleak, otherworldly as the songs progress. Like when you get to stage 4, all of these songs are 20+ minute long. The song titles themselves are stories, but we're going to start with stage 1 here, starting with Everywhere at the End of Time. And my plan is to listen to this the way that it was released. This was released in 6-month segments. So Everywhere at the End of Time, stage 1 came out a while back. I don't know the actual release date. And then stage 2 came out 6 months after that. Stage 3, 6 months after that. And so my plan here, I've never listened to all of it. I've been really interested. And I figured I'll listen to it the way that God intended, the way Caretaker put these albums out. I'm going to be listening to stage 1 today, stage 2 in 6 months' time in September, and keep doing it until it's done. It's going to be a 3-year project, but in 6-month increments. So I listened to I think the first 2 tracks before I really thought, let me sit down and focus on this on a stream or something. I know it sort of has that I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire vibe from Fallout, that like mid-century jazzy feel, and like that sort of like a dusty, it feels like a memory. The song feels like a memory. So yeah, let's dive into it. I mean, it's also just pretty good music at the start. it's crazy how much the dust and surface pops are forward in the mix. It's just good music to have coffee too. To wake up and have a nice cup of coffee. All right. So I mean, first of all, that song deserves the 24 million views. I think I think the big reason I want to do this project is I love the concept of this album and the abstract. If you say the thesis statement of this album, you sort of you get it, right? It's a cool thought. It's a nice thought experiment. Like this album that came out 6 months apart. It came out over a 3-year period, and it showed the decline of a mental state. It started as like a normal state of mind with like regular sort of jazz music going on, and then by the end of it, it's degraded and otherworldly. You hardly recognize it from the beginning. In that sentence, that's pretty much what the full effect of this album is. But I feel like it's going to be different really sitting down and listening to this multiple hours worth of work, like sitting through this entire album. You probably don't need much more than just that first track, It's Just a Burning Memory, to understand the vibe and the thesis statement of this part of the work. Stage one is going to be a lot of stuff like that, but I think sitting through it and actually digesting each of these songs and really sitting in the moment and enjoying what it's like to enjoy this music and hear an actual melody and noticeable, discernible instrumentation, I think makes a big difference. I think it's going to make a big difference in like 6 months down the line when I listen to stage two and I want to think back to this memory. It's just going to be a memory of enjoying this music. So I think it becomes a very meta experience, and that's what I'm really looking forward to with this to see how it all comes together when you're listening to it the way that Caretaker intended it. Anyways, on to number two. Oh, I remember liking this one. This is one of like the three tracks I listened to, and I really like the piano line in this. This one, more than the last one, it feels like the protagonist, the main character, is the one playing the piano. So pretty. It's so pretty. I love it. It's such a sweet little melody. But I have a couple of thoughts now that we're a couple of tracks in. First of all, I like how that one repeated the same line over and over again. It really, to me, confirmed my theory that this is the protagonist. This is the main subject of the album that is playing the piano here. And I feel like they can only remember one piano line. And so that's all they play. They play that one little sweet melody and then repeat it again. And we're just here for 3 minutes and 30 seconds watching what's probably an hour of them playing that one line over and over again. And then I've noticed when I first started this album, the pops and surface noise, the what sounded like everything was being played on an old parlor phone, that's so forward in the mix, I'm already sort of not recognizing it as much. If I really focus on, it's like looking through a dusty windshield when you're driving or something. After a while, you don't notice the windshield; you just notice the world around you. And so I'm listening to the music and not to the pops and the fuzz and the all those other noises that are objectively, more forward in the mix. It's what you hear first and foremost. Um, and I think that's a really good metaphor for losing your memory, for losing your grip on things. If you're not focusing on this surface noise that's becoming louder and louder and louder, and you're just trying to reach through and listen to the music that lies underneath, you can sort of ignore that surface tension that surface noise that's growing and growing, if you're just focusing on the music. And I think I think I understand now how this sort of thing can sneak up on people. You can sort of go a long time in denial of what is happening around you, of the memory loss or some other problems that you have, because you're just focusing on what you care about, and sort of putting everything else to the side. It's a really fascinating and really well done um, way of showcasing that in music. So yeah, really, just so many layers and levels to this so far, just off of two songs, and just knowing what's ahead, what the whole purpose of this album is. Um, yeah, really cool. And obviously, I mean, the song titles here, I like how it's set up as I don't know if this is ever pressed on a record, but I like how it has, like, it specifies that this is A and this is B side. This is actually a record. This is a dusty old record. It just adds another layer of meta to it. Um, anyways, onto late afternoon driving. Oh, that's Childish and Fresh Eyes. Wait, hang on. There we go. Yeah, the music is repetitive and slow and simple and definitely elevator music esque. I will not argue that this is not probably not the first choice of music I would have to throw on if somebody passed me the aux cable, but I still find myself oddly drawn to the music as it's playing because I know in 6 months' time when I listen to the next stage of this record, or 6 months after that when I listen to stage three, when things really get dark and depressing, my understanding is that's the direction that this goes. I want to be able to remember this music and when the music was more cheery and the melody was able to be picked out and heard. Um, so, this full stage one is such a good palate cleanser and a primer for what's to come. Um, it feels like I'm trying to, just like the protagonist, I'm trying to hang on to these memories and just enjoy the moment that they're playing because right now things are good. This is nice simple music. I have to enjoy it because in 6 months or 2 years when the music is not enjoyable, I don't want to have looked back and taken these moments for granted. So it's a really unique listening experience. I'm noticing less surface noise on this one. I wonder if that means anything. Is this a clearer memory? Is this something that's easier to bring back? Oh, interesting. I liked how that one stopped sort of mid tune. Um, like that was the only part of the memory that whoever this is had. Um, I definitely am intrigued by the varying levels of surface noise here. It's such a large part of this album. The veneer and the vintage quality that this music has because of those noises. Um, to pull it away so much for that track, really, it feels like that was significant. Why was this one such a clear song compared to Late Afternoon Drifting, which I think had so much? Um, it's interesting. I'm also interested by the amount of plays on these songs. Obviously, It's Just a Burning Memory had 24 million plays. That's incredible for an art piece like this. This is not a pop album, so to have an art piece that has gotten this much notoriety, but then to have this few amount of people that have actually, like, it looks like, sat through the whole thing. I think it speaks to this being a thesis statement that people think they understand the abstract of, and don't want to, like, actually go through the motions of listening and comprehending the entire art piece. It's interesting. um, Slightly bewildered, and now the surface noise is back tenfold. Hmm. 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 That was a super interesting one. This was like the first song that really started to show the cracks. Um, Everything up until this point has been a pretty fully formed melody and just an enjoyable song to listen to for the most part. But this one was much more um, unsure of itself. There were definitely, like I said, that surface noise was back right off the bat. Heard that, but then the melody itself was hard to pick out and kind of stumbled over itself. There were chords that were wrong. There were jumps and cuts and like slashes between movements in the song. So this one, slightly bewildered, is absolutely the correct word to use. It's a very self-aware song title, but I think this is what I'm talking about. I'm sort of wishing already that I paid more attention when something like Late Afternoon Driving was playing, or It's Just a Burning Memory, because they had those nice peaceful sounds and nice resolutions at the end of the song. This one ended in the middle of the song. This one didn't even have a resolution. Um, so I think it's going to become more like that, where the music becomes more unresolved, more discordant, and lacking of melody. And so it's a real life lesson here to just enjoy the music and the memories while you have them and while you can make them. Hang on 1 second. I think I just heard somebody at the door. Um, okay. I was right. There was somebody there. Ay. I got a memorial of Jesus' death. What can his death mean to you? If anybody wants any light reading, this is what was left at my door. Haven't got one. I moved into this house a year ago. I lived in an apartment before that, and I haven't had any spiritual knockers yet. So this was a first for me. I'm glad I had that on tape almost. They seem like very nice people. I talked to them as they were walking away. I don't mind stuff like that. I'm do go your own path, but it's funny. That's a little pamphlet. I'll have to read that later. Anyways, back to this. Wonder if there are any connections I can make between the. It's alright. Okay, back to this. I really like that. Hang on 1 sec. I really they've done that twice now, where they drew out the resolution of that motif, and how I am choosing to interpret it. I don't think this is right, but I feel like it's somebody that's trying to recall a melody and they're losing their memory. They're in the early stages of dementia and having a hard time figuring out how the motif ends, how it resolves. But and so they're sort of drawing it out. You feel them, you feel everything stop, and they hit a chord. It's not the resolving chord. It's still tense, and then they do another one. It's still tense, and it sort of feels like they're playing it up for a joke. Like, oh, haha, we're not there yet. But I think they are actually trying to remember how to end the motif, how to resolve everything, and just struggling to, but playing it off as a joke in the meantime, and just like playing for time by like playing these obviously wrong chords. It's like those little pregnant pauses in there between playing the chords speak volumes to me. It says like it makes it sound like they're just not sure how to finish this. They can't quite remember it. There's so many little signs and little, you know, hints that everything is not quite as it seems. That things are kind of on unstable ground on this record. It really really cool little Easter eggs, kind of to hint at what's to come. And those little that weird production element. What is that? It's so dark. It's jarring. Like every other part of the song flows so well, except for that that weird electronic element. What do you think that is? Do you think that's like a machine or something that's keeping them alive? Like, is it like a dilator or something? I don't know. Dialysis? Is that a normal thing? I don't know. But it's something that's like bleeding into the subconscious. It's like this whole song is a dream, and that unnatural sound is something that's happening in the real world that's like penetrating into their subconscious or something. But like the rest of the song, it flows so well. It's a lovely song, really. I just genuinely enjoyed that one. But then when it came to the end of the motif, every time it was like this jarring pause as it like lurched a little bit. It stopped in its track, trying to figure out, how does this end again? How does this go? Yeah, really cool one. Every song here has been some sort of take on the same overall theme of, in my mind, it's a protagonist that was a composer or a musician in their former life, and now they're at the end of their journey, and things are starting to slip, and so they're trying to grab on to these memories of when they would perform with an orchestra, or be in a musical or a play or something, and just trying to bring back those memories while they still are able to. And real quick, we are on B side now. I wonder if this is significant. I wonder if there's going to be a different vibe to this half of the record. Um, I don't know. It is interesting that they call out, you don't see this very often. You don't see in YouTube music or in Spotify the actual like track listing inside. So I wonder if that's important, or if it's just to like drive home that this is like an old record, nostalgia sort of thing. I love that trumpet. Again, that was just a simple song. There wasn't much going on to it, but I still find myself wishing that they were longer. I wish that song was twice as long and I could just enjoy that moment. This is such a record about knowing when the good times are and holding on to them. Yeah, I know that I'm going to miss these moments and that every second on this record is important to the protagonist, to the person that these songs were written about, I guess. Um, the interesting thing with this song is I was really starting to recognize the production elements going on here. There isn't a lot to dress up this music. There have definitely been bits and pieces of Caretaker putting sounds and effects into the music, but for the most part, they've let the music speak for itself. Of course, with that surface noise riding above everything. A lot of it is just a repeating sample of some sort of old timey jazz, bossa nova, I guess, style music. But this one, it had like a lot of reverb and echoing in the background. Every time that like that doo-wop, that's such a bad way of pantomiming it, but every time that trumpet came in, you gotta give attention to there was the reverb and the echoing in the background. It was really interesting. It's like the sound was sort of like echoing, bouncing back and forth in my mind. Every sound and interpretation, every little element that's added to this album, I'm finding myself trying to figure out how that fits into the larger context. Why was this done? Because I feel like everything is here to drive the story forward. Um, so what is the purpose of accentuating these trumpets? Um, is it like that's a very clear memory that's sort of like bouncing in the protagonist's mind? I don't know. Oh wow, that one's over. Oh, what a great introspective song. I really felt my mind wandering when that song was playing, but in like a good way. It sets such a good backdrop for your thoughts. Like I found myself thinking about what my life is going to be like in 6 months when I'm listening to the next stage of this album. Um, how things are going to be different if I'm going to look back on this album and be able to remember all of this music. And I was thinking about all of this and not really focusing on the music because it's so happy existing in the background, but just being like a nice fluttery little piano to let your mind wander to. It really sets a great ambiance and atmosphere in your head. I like that one a lot, as much as I didn't pay attention to it. Just another lovely song. What I did notice about that one, though, and I think I'm starting to realize what those elements of post production are that I was talking about on maybe the last track or All That Follows Is True. The one that had the trumpet that had the reverb on it. This song had those like trombones that were sort of waving in and out, and they had way more of that echoey reverb, and so it ended up being almost like a dizzy feel, like the swaying of the trumpets were going in this like hypnotic uh, timing. And when I was listening, I was like getting kind of uneasy, almost like seasick, listening to these lines. And I think everything that had been added in to this point was sort of building up that um, expectation, and that like, it doesn't sound like something that came out of nowhere. These like weird repeated echoed lines now they sound disorienting and uneasy, but because I'd heard them so much in the past building up to this in this song, like I'd heard it on the trumpets, I heard it on guitars where there's like those little elements of echoes and reverb. It's something that's built up over time, and I think that really plays into the theme of this album of not recognizing something right off the bat, or not giving something the attention that it deserves until it becomes a problem. It's a really another great metaphor for memory loss. It's something that you deny at first or don't really acknowledge, and then before you know it, it's something that is disorienting and problematic, and like you can't drive anymore, because you really haven't given it the respect that it deserves. So this is another fantastic element of sound design and post production by Caretaker to perfectly align with the metaphor and the theme thesis statement of this whole project. And it's all bleeding in from the edges. It's all gradual. Nothing's in your face. It doesn't feel like I'm being beat over the head with it, but it is there. It's just a nice ambient piece. Definitely different than songs that were at the start of the record. Um, I'm already noticing a a degradation, deprivation, a falling off of melody, and it sounds like the music doesn't have the flow and structure of the songs at the start of the record. Um, it just sounded really nice though. It had this nice, and I wonder if that in itself is a statement. Like maybe this person isn't all there, but they're still making music that sounds nice, and so you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Like this didn't have a standard structure or melody to it, and the rhythm was off, but the chords and overall sound of the song still sounded nice. So maybe we can chalk it up as intentional. I don't know. This one's kind of a banger. I won't lie. Yeah. Yes. Uh. love that one. That one was a banger. It was like I could dance with somebody to that for sure. Um, yeah, and now we're on to My Heart Will Stop in Joy, which I've been kind of not looking forward to for multiple reasons. First of all, the name of it is just devastating. What a hard hitting song title. Um, Secondly, it marks the end of this stage of Everywhere at the End of Time, and I don't think it gets better from here. It goes sort of hand in hand with uh, that Dinner Party record, the Prelude to Ecstasy. The 10th, the second to last song was a lovely concluding statement and could have been the end of the record, but then they brought in that I still think about Mirror all the time, just how much it changed the record with one simple song. But the album could have ended before that song and been a complete statement. This record could have been just stage one, and it would have been a lovely album and really still thought provoking. Even like understanding the context of the album, this whole thing could have just been one big statement and be fine. But knowing that there are 5 more stages after this and they all come out 6 months apart, so much can change. And it just, the fact that this is only the tip of the iceberg and it could have been an ending, like, there's another 2.5 years of life that goes on after this. Um, it's terrifying. It's legitimately not fun to think about. Because if it goes downhill from here, the good parts, the enjoyable songs, end up making such a small portion of this entire project. And I get that's the point. That's why this exists, to drive home how scary everywhere at the end of time can be for people that go through this. But yeah, I'm realizing what I'm getting myself into here, and it's not a pleasant thought. So, anyways, let's wrap up stage number 1. Let's check out My Heart Will Stop in Joy. There's so much to think about with this. Like, I guess there could be something that happened the last 4 seconds. Hang on. Okay, no, it's just silence. There we go. Oh man. When I started this stream, I accidentally put it on private or unlisted for the first hour or so. It wasn't until I started the stream at 10 a.m. and it wasn't until like 11:10 that I realized my mistake and put it on public. And there hasn't been a single viewer since. And I think that is a good sign of where I am right now as a channel. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do this project, as much as I'm going to watch this music change in 6 months, I'm going to change. Where am I going to be in 6 months from now? Am I going to be making these same mistakes? Am I still going to be saying every other sentence? Am I going to have other viewers in my channel piping up and making comments alongside me? There we go again. How is this music going to change? How is this protagonist's life going to change 6 months from now? It's a very large scale project and overwhelming to think about. And the end of My Heart Will Stop in Joy started opening the doors. It's a little bit of a teaser. It's a little post-credits Marvel extended universe scene where those production elements that we've been hearing all across the album, those little reverbs and echoings, were suddenly ramped up to 11, and it sounded like this song was being played in a large empty hallway, a large labyrinth to get lost in. It felt like the protagonist was starting to wander down a path that they would not come back from. And those echoings were from the start of the path, and you could just, they're starting to fade away as you wander deep into the hallways. I read a book a couple years ago called Pure Nessie, which is fantastic. It's such a good book. If you have an afternoon, it's a really quick read. It's very surreal, and it's about a man that got trapped into this weird backrooms style museum sort of thing. Massive hallways, 50 feet tall, and just a never-ending labyrinth of sprawling structures and statues and courtyards. The book is I got a similar vibe with the end of the record here, where it felt like I was standing in a similar labyrinth of hallways and about to get lost, and the narrator in that book loses their mind, and similarly I felt like I was about to lose my mind. So we'll see how everything looks in 6 months when I check out stage 2. I'm not entirely excited about... I'm very excited to see how the rest of this album pans out, and I'm very excited to hear it in the way that Caretaker presented the music, with these 6-month increments to really ruminate on the music, forget the music as well. I have thoughts and memories of the songs and how I felt listening to them, but in 6 months I'm not going to remember what the actual music sounded like, and I think that's important. So we'll see. I'll see you guys on September 9th. Mark your calendars. I'm going to try to stick to a 6-month schedule here. So yeah, that was Caretaker. Oh man. Let's change it up. That's it's definitely an art piece, right? That is a piece of music that makes you think. And I don't think it's going to get less thought-provoking as we move on. All right, stop my recording there. Let's move on to something different. I heard good things about Kim Gordon's new record. Let's check that out. And when I say I've heard good things, I literally just saw that Pitchfork gave it Best New Music. But I'm hoping this is a bit more up-tempo and enjoyable objectively than Caretaker. And Then after that, I'm thinking maybe we check out some break-ins. We'll see. See if anybody shows up and wants to have some requests.
Buy suitcase, pants to the cleaner, cigarettes for Keller. Call the vet, call the groomer, call the dog sitter. Milk thistle, calcium, high rise boot cut, Advil, black jeans, blue jeans, cardigan, purse, passport, pajamas, silk. Hoodie, toothpaste, brush, foundation, contact solution, mascara, lip mask, eye mask, earplugs, travel shampoo, conditioner,
Looks like she's walking down the aisle of CVS.
eyeliner, dermafloss, money for the cleaners. Sleeping pills, sneakers, boots, black dress, white tee, turtleneck, eye book, power cord, medications, button down laptop, hand cream, body lotion, Elefroid, YSL, Eckhouse Latte, eyelash curler, vibrator, teaser. Bye bye. Bye bye.
This is sick. Nice. I really like Kim Gordon's brand of muddy punk. It, it's got that punk ethos and sort of like in your face vocals, but the actual structure of the song is stretched out and slowed down a bit. Sort of like stoner punk, if I had like it's not stoner metal, but it's stoner punk. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I love the lyrics where it felt like she was just walking down an aisle in CVS and pointing out different objects that she saw. And then the build up was really really good. Started simple, but ended up being this kind of sludgy, like I said, stoner punk sound. Cool. Cool start to the album. I'm kind of left wanting a bit more. I wonder if this is gonna be something that grows on me. But I kind of wanted the guitars to hit a bit heavier. It didn't feel like they really had as much punch as I wish they did. But, maybe that's the point. I don't know.
I won't join the collective, but I want to see you. I wanna tell you about the memories that come due. Are you a collection? Did you give up your
It's a fucking jam. Oh my god.
I won't join the collective, but I want to see you. Change your numbers if I don't take a bite of the chaos. I can't escape.
Nice. That was cool. I love the EDM vibe of that one. It felt like I was in a nightclub and going like in and out of the nightclub. When it got the super bassy, it felt like it was just Kim and me like standing outside in an alleyway outside of a nightclub, and she was just talking shit about me. But it has such a great vibe, like the bum 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 bum. It had sort of like hyper pop, or like Crystal Castles type feels at times when the synths came back and it had that crunchy drum and rhythm section. Yeah, that was really cool. It definitely feels like this is hyperpop influenced.
I don't miss my mind. Doctors and nurses, tingling eye, bleeding inside. Touch me there. That's a modern pose, yeah. Romanticism porn, breathless, stressful, wrista, loveliness, just. That's the answer. Walk on through the other side. Power flower, nothing. You know what I mean? The color water, electric mirror. Turn it on, turn it off. Jack it up, make it up. Pack it up, trade it up. Suck it up. Fuck it up. Let's be lazy. Sundays, stranded in this paradise. Industry of nothing. I'll trade you for an air. Drywall for days. Drywall for, yeah. But don't turn on the water. Only feel, I don't miss my mind. Drop it in my eye. Crying in the subway. Remembering the day. The liquid kiss. That don't exist. Your money breathes. I feel the leaks. Yeah. Industry of nothing now. Check it up, make it up, pack it up, trade it up, suck it up, surprise me up, don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
Ugh, nice. I love the sampling there. That sound that kept playing. It felt like I was in a never-ending car crash. That entire song. Every time it played, that sounded like a car screeching, slamming on the brakes, and finding beauty in that one moment before the car crashes and all the glass shatters. Yeah, very stressful and beautiful song at the same time. Some of the beats on this album are punching above their weight.
Come on, sweets. Take my hand, jump on my back, 'cause I'm the man. Pass me a black napkin, please. Dropped out of college, don't have a degree, and I can't get a date. It's not my fault. I'm not bringing home the juice. I'm not bringing home the bacon. It's good enough for Nancy. Good enough for Nancy. So what if I like the big truck? So what if I like the big truck? Giddy up, giddy up. Don't call me toxic, just 'cause I like your butt. It's not my fault I was born a man. Come on, sweets. Take my hand, jump on my back, 'cause I'm the man. I'm not ideal. I'm a person. I won the war, but lost my way. But I can buy as much as anyone. I like to shave my beard just so, manicure my nails, put on a skirt. But at the end of the day, I lost my way. Don't make me have to hide or explain what I am inside. It's good enough for Nancy. good enough for Nancy. It's good enough for Nancy. Good enough for Nancy. I'm a man. Don't make me hard. Don't make me hard. I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a man. It's not my fault. I'm a man. It's good enough for Nancy. Good enough for Nancy. I'm supposed to save you, but you got a job. You got a degree, and I'm just a fucking slob. You got your Audi. You got an Audi. It's not my fault, it's my lady. It's not my fault. It's my
Oh, yeah, I really like the all the influences that are on this album. You can pick out obviously punk, EDM. There's that like trap beat in there, but then also there were like drone guitars happening towards the end of that song. Again, though, I kind of am left wanting a bit more from the audio side of things. I wish it just hit a little bit harder. I can't put my finger on it. I wish there were like a few more maybe layers of instrumentation just to really drive it home. That being said, I really liked the lyrical content of that song. It's really pointing and pointing a finger and trying to define the rift between our society's genders, being born as a man or being born as a woman. They're really two entirely separate experiences that neither side can really fully understand what the other side's shoes are like. I'm never going to understand what it's like to grow up as a woman, to have the fears and pressures that women do in our society. And women are never going to understand what it's like to be a man. This is like Kim Gordon defining what she thinks it's like to be a man and just feel like, oh, don't blame me. I'm a dude, whatever. Which, I mean, is not entirely the experience, but I can't really fault her for it. So it's like that episode of Rick and Morty. This is such a bad example. I hate this already, but it's like the one where they put the person in the meeting with in the helmet where Beth and Jerry are at like couples counseling, and they're able to see what the other person thinks of them and create like that version. This is like the man that would be created if Kim Gordon sat in that machine. I just had to say it. I started saying I had to get it all the way out, but yes, it's a very interesting subject matter for a song. And yeah, I like the song overall. I like the beat. I just wish there was a little bit more punch. This entire album so far, it's like it's at like a 7 out of 10 for me. And it would be like an 8 or a 9 if it just had a bit more punch, a bit more like something to really grab you by the balls and force you to listen, you know? Anyways, on to trophies.
These are my trophies. Bowling trophies. You wanna bowl with me?
I love that.
You wanna bowl with me? Will you go bowling? Bowling with me? Double or nothing. Double or nothing. Down the lanes. Perfect automation. Put your fingers in the holes. It's slippery, slippery. Looking down the alley. Can't you see? Don't go down on your knees. Don't go down on your knees. It ain't worth it.
Man, the bass in this.
It's not worth it.
With that auto tune, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Was not expecting that.
Perfect automation. Stick your fingers in. Gotta have a mindset. Mindset. These are my trophies. My bowling trophies. Sorry, select you. Select you. Baby.
I love the transition there.
The sun's breathing down my back. Breathing down my neck.
Yes.
Whispering in my ear,
This is what I'm talking about. I love the fuzz on this.
Can I love you with my eyes open? With my eyes open. Close up while you gaze. Close up to be blunt. It's not enough to be blunt. It's not enough. The song's breathing down my neck, breathing down my neck. Whisper in my ear, whisper in my ear. The flowers will take away the guilt. They don't teach clit in school like they do lit. Pussy riot, pussy galore. Don't arrest Missy Bo. Don't arrest me. I just know it. Don't arrest me. Send in the clowns. Send in the army. You want to be American? Get your gun. You're so free. You could shoot me.
goes so hard.
Lie. Still as a pebble. Hold your breath. Still as a pebble. Hold your breath. Breathing down my back. Breathing down my neck. Whisper in my ear. Whisper. It's dark inside. I'm grinding at the edges. Grinding, grinding, grinding at the edges.
What a bizarre, unpredictable track. That oops. Yeah, just perfect ending there. Exactly what I'm talking about. Kind of almost spooky. Trophies into It's Dark Inside were finally the punches of energy that I was really hoping that tracks like Bye Bye and I'm a Man would have. They use the production and electronic elements to elevate the song properly. And so it felt like the songs were attacking my ears. It just, without that level of energy, Kim Gordon's vocals kind of fall flat. I'm realizing that Bye Bye and the Candy House, I think, the one where it sounded like she was just listing off CVS items when you're walking down an aisle in a convenience store, they don't have the right punch and level of sort of ironic consumerist or anti-consumerism energy without the band behind her really stacking up the amps and overwhelming you with sound to fill in and encourage the message of the songs. So I was really missing that up until this point, but the fuzz and levels of energy on It's Dark Inside were really what I was waiting for. That scratched the itch for me. So that was a great track. I really loved the transition from Trophies to this song too. They flowed really well. I love Psychedelic Orgasm. This is a great track name.
Going to the store. Gonna cook it up. Pass all the kids. TikToker. Sipping on your smoothies. Wish I knew what they were cooking. They were cooking up. Wish I knew what. Wish I knew what. Picking up potatoes. $20 each. Picking up potatoes. LA is.
That was the change.
Tongues hanging out. Bodies on the sidewalk. Driving down the sunset. Zombie meditation. Getting caffeinated. People lining up. Drive-by situation. Route 68.
I really like these brighter parts of the song. I'd love to see this live. I feel like this would be really cool. Those parts almost feel like Jane Remover too, with the auto tune. I like that one a lot. I like the synths in the background and how it's sort of weaved between being this dark, negative song and sort of an ethereal. It felt like I was in a plane going into storm clouds and then briefly over the storm clouds and seeing like the sun setting. You ever been in a plane when it does that? It is so gorgeous, despite the world below being so dark. It was kind of getting to that point with when those powerful synths came in and the auto-tune vocals talking about psychedelic orgasms. It was a rare moment of beauty on this record, which was a nice, refreshing pace. So much of this record has been dark and stormy. My favorite drink, by the way, a little rum and ginger beer. Side note, but not like the drink. Then this album has been dark and stormy like the weather. And so having a chance to peek above the clouds and just give me a moment that I would love to see that live when those synths come on and it feels like a rave. That was sick. It feels like that transitioned well into Treehouse, so I wonder if this is going to keep the vibe going or crashes back down to earth.
Looking at the stars.
I gotta stop trying to guess what's gonna come next.
Walking down the road. Walking down the road. Someone human. Buildings are wiggling round.
What the fuck is this song?
The man was looking at me. His eyes were so ablaze. He made me feel like. He made me feel like we felt some way. It sent a chill up my back. It sent a chill up my back. He brushed my hair. I don't understand. I don't understand. I still think of that man. I still think of that man.
All right, that one didn't really click with me. That one was a bit too unpredictable. There were parts of it that I enjoyed, but then it would take a bizarre left turn into an acoustic guitar or into something else, and it just ended up being such a difficult song to parse that my brain just sort of stopped listening to it. I started tuning it out about 2/3 of the way through and just like nodding along and enjoying it. I probably need to listen to it a few more times to really understand the intricacies of it, why it made the decisions, why Kim made that song the way that it was. But it's just a bit too hard to follow on first listen, which is an interesting choice, but there's not much more I can say about it because frankly I just didn't listen to much of it intently. My brain was just like, this is too much stuff going on. I'm gonna think about something else instead. I am interested in the fact that this got the Best New Music nod from Pitchfork. This is the sort of music that it's like Oscar bait in album form, in my opinion. This is something that I could see a music reviewer really enjoying because it goes against so many tropes and established notions with music, so many societal norms. I imagine if you're a full-time music reviewer, you probably get sick of the same album and styles of music over and over and over again. So when you hear something like this, which is really trying something new, bringing in a lot of different elements of different genres and sounds, it awakens something, like it stirs something in you that you haven't heard in a while, maybe because you've listened to so many basic albums. I feel like there's a disconnect between music reviewing and casual listening, where the casual listener, I can't imagine, is going to reach for a song like Treehouse. It's such an out there song stylistically, structurally, that if I'm trying to just like listen to something enjoyable on the road, I'm not going to reach for that song. I'm going to listen to something that has much more of a structured beat and style to it. So I think there's a bit of a tendency with music reviewers to lean more into songs like this, which are hard to follow, hard to parse, because it's interesting to them. I don't know.
If you wanna spring like an action, loping past my home, I'm sliding around the gifts you gave me. got all the right stuff. No fluff. You must love me. But you don't know me. You don't know me. Did you get it? Gift shop.
I love the guitar
Did you
in
get
this. I really like that.
Gift shop. At the gift shop. It's a shelf warmer. Warmly given. Just give me money. Or a handshake. Don't change a thing. Make it smooth, shiny. That's what you want. Not what I want. It's for you. Should I close my eyes? Does it soothe your soul? Pet me on the inside. Gift shop gift. Put a bow on it. Carry it on your own. Unwrap it for me. Release me from it. And roll me in the paper. That's what you want. That's not what I want. That's not what you want. That's what you want. That's what you want. It's not what I want. Return policy. Return policy. Gift receipt. Gift receipt. Give me your hand. Just kiss me. Put it here. Kiss me. Kiss me. Kiss. Slide around your kiss. It's so big. It's so bright. It's so blue.
That was fun. I liked the guitars in that a lot. It sounded like the XX had that sort of like indie 2000s indie jangle to them. Fit really well with the trap beats, surprisingly. I also like how there have been several times on this album where Kim Gordon is just singing about the most basic stuff, the most surface level. Oh, thanks for the gift. I hate it. It's such a beat you over the head with the simplicity of the lyrics, that it fits perfectly with the blunt instrumentation and production style. The Believers.
Pull me down, push me here, working in the bubble, wearing drinking leather, feel my hair, touch my lips, getting out of here. Yeah, they said, a chorus of believers, chorus of believers. They're coming down, they're on their knees. It's you, it's you. Grab my guitar, I'm on pack, getting out of here. No, no, no. They say, wait, wait,
an industrial level to this one, or industrial aspect.
Where's my car? Where's my car? An act of sublime. An act of sublime. An act of sublime. Custom common screeching.
That part is so sick.
Custom common
I love that. Oh, okay.
I don't know when I've been told.
Okay. Oh man. Jeez, what the fuck, dude? Yeah, that was like the first song on this album. I mean, not the first, but this is the first one to me that really stuck with one idea throughout the entire track. It was so good because of that. This one felt like a fully realized a song where they really sat down and just focused on one idea throughout the entire track. And it's so much better because of that. That like reoccurring industrial sounding bum 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 was so good and so satisfying, being able to reliably expect it every 10 seconds or so. Giving the song a backbone elevated everything else in such a satisfying way. I loved halfway through the song where everything cut out and sort of started building up in a slightly different way with more instrumentation and more stuff happening in the background, so it became like this swirling wall of sound by the end of it. But it was all accentuated by that pounding bum 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 bum. Like it sounded like what's that song? Bum 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 bum. That song. No, it was that was a ton of fun. I really genuinely I enjoyed that one, and it sucks that it's that late into the track listing. At least for me, like I liked It's Dark Inside. I liked I'm a Man. enough. And Psychedelic Orgasm. There have been a few tracks on here that I've enjoyed, but nothing has really clicked with me as much as The Believers did. That one was just a really fun one to listen to all the way through. Now on to Dream Dollar. Bass is good. Not surprising, but still worth mentioning. Oh.
I don't know what to do. Two states of mind. The shadow, broken. Get in the room. Cement the brand. Cement the brand. Cement the brand. Get in the room. Get in the room. Cement the brand. Cement the brand. Get in the room. Get in the room. Dollar, dollar, dollar. Dreams dollar. Over my dreams dollar. Dreams dollar.
Dollar. All right. That was The Collective. Glad I liked or listened to that one. I didn't enjoy the majority of it, I'd say, but the parts that I did enjoy were really good. Trophies through Psychedelic Orgasm were just peak Kim Gordon tracks, filled with her absurdist view of song structure and just tons of attitude and sass in there. I really liked the power behind the songs. The Believers was great too, but so many of these songs are sort of frustratingly like lacking in structure. It feels like a lot of these songs were maybe rushed or weren't given the time to properly fill out the entire length of the tracks, and it just left me wanting more often than I felt fully satisfied at the end of a track. So I don't think I'll be coming back to this full album again, but I'll definitely be checking out like Psychedelic Orgasm and The Believers again. Anyways, thank you very much for the like. I hope you're doing well today. I think now I am gonna. I'm sorry to leave you like, but I do have to go to the bathroom real quick. But so I'm gonna run off and be back in just a couple minutes. But next up, I am planning on checking out Break-Ins, Hypochondriac. I've heard a lot of really good things about this album, so I'll be checking this one out next. But Yeah, give me 2 minutes to go in and take a leak. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Ugh. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Hope y'all are having a good Saturday. We just listened to Kim Gordon's The Collective. I would not give it as high of a rating as Pitchfork did, but I still enjoyed it. And next up, at long last, I've gotten a few requests to listen to Breakens's Hypochondriac. So I figured I would play that next, unless anybody has any objections. Yeah, let's get this started. I don't know much about this. I just know people have really enjoyed this record from 2022.
You wanted to know where I've been? Now you'll find out.
I got a tab on my tongue going 25 over the speed limit, I'm bugging. If you wanna find love, you should watch what kind of beliefs you're putting your trust in. Yeah, get out my car at the Beehive. I heard the queen died of corruption, so I wanna hollow my funds, honey. Keep that on teabag in the cup, 'cause you give me the butterflies now. I'm staying up all night, so what can I do to make me get over you? I'm letting go of all my vices. I'll make the sacrifices, all I can do to make me get over you. I wonder where I went. Trip once for fun and I'll turn like a man. We can blame this on ignorance. I'm falling apart, baby, I hope you win. I'll never see the truth and be with you. Just wait now. On new. Shit knocks too hard, hit the left hook on the beat, cause a concussion. Yeah, and he playing my song, trying to decode, boy, ain't no need for the discussion. Spread out my heart, getting ego checks, so eternal my budget. Yeah, and if it's bubblegum pop, while you're still down on your knees saying you love it. Eating butterflies now, I'm staying up all night, so what can I do to make me get over you? I'm letting go of all my vices. I'll make the sacrifices, all I can do to make me get over you. I'm falling apart, did I really start that trend? rather finger fuck strings, and I don't know how to be a love's king. There's a whole plan for what my money
Hey, how's it going, man?
on. Y'all playing me out and I took his hands off. Yeah, no, I don't wanna be intimate.
The Ali X
You
album?
want me playing you like an
I don't know if I'm
instrument,
familiar.
but I'm just gonna
that new?
be listening. I'm falling apart, baby. I hope you did. Green tea and butterflies now. I'm staying up all night. So what can I do to make me get over you? I'm letting go of all my vices. I'll make the sacrifices. All I can do to make me get over you. My music be the snobbiest, somehow I still gon' get it done. Do this for the audience, hold me down, I'm ready one. I know I'm dope as fuck, I guess I'm going up.
You are watching a master at work.
Quiet on set.
Quiet on set.
I'm using my imagination.
I blow all my chakras, I ain't need no doctor. I be sipping straight black, whipping out the Honda. I be spitting this shit too fast, I can't keep us under. I'm gon' give away excess cash, for the fucking haunty, yeah. A bad bitch with the messy hair. Yeah, I've been on my own shit and I never care. So done with the good for nothing. The why so self-assured, you're bluffing. It's all personal. If I fuck with your shit, you better take it personal. I'm murdering any beat you send me cause I'm versatile. But if I ain't like your shit, then you won't get a verse at all. I can't vibe, you just wanted to dab me up. And I don't fuck around. Boy, I'm leaving that beat deceased, put it on the ground. Putting in elbow grease, taking back the crown. I'm just making a masterpiece from my daddy house.
Of course.
How this shit obvious to you, I'm naughty 24. My music be the snobbiest, somehow I still go get it done. I ain't do this for the audience, hold me down, I'm ready one. I know I'm dope as fuck, I guess I'm glowing up. How this shit ain't obvious to you, I'm naughty 24. My music be the snobbiest, somehow I still go get it done. I ain't do this for the audience, hold me down, I'm ready one. I know I'm dope as fuck, I guess I'm.
Don't stop.
Give me double bound, I'll still be the one. This shit going south, I still see the sun. In here and now, I ain't gonna run to a savior or a harbor or a haven. Dope shit's never on purpose. Tryna keep it controlled, it's so worthless. Till I'm a prime, but it's like I ain't been before. Cause I'm never on time, gotta let that shit find me. Give me a moment, I'm dizzy off the sound cause I mix it potent. So then I'll break it down into its components. You do it for the crowd, it's a bad omen. Obvious to you, I'm naughty 24. Music be the snobbiest, somehow I still go get it done. Do this for the audience, hold me down, I'm ready one. I know I'm dope as fuck, I get to blow it.
Dude, I love the production. Holy shit.
Be the snobbiest, I still go get it. Do this for the audience, hold me down, I'm ready one. I'm dope as fuck, I guess I'm. Hands on the shake and I'm thinking rapidly. Bitch, I'm seeing the truth, I'm a circle just like it's alchemy. Don't get in the boat to the beast of defying gravity. Here's what fucking blessed with a curse to be the best on earth. It's not duality, duality myself with a method. In the strategy it's all, I'ma beat it to death. I'm like a machine, I'm thinking that for me. You never gon' find it, keeping it quiet, step on that and make the hardest shit you've ever seen. I'm full of depression. Yeah, with a manic love and depression. Everybody my shit, I'm growing the vessel. If you motherfuckers still know my essence. Yeah, brutal cold, they need a refresher. Yeah, I'm going it's all like a weapon. Cause I'm seeing past the bullshit. Baby on the pulpit, the internet only my perception. No out of sight, so you this shit is a guy. We're making that fucking typing. And good luck finding anyone like me. I got the whole scene weighing on my psychic. Desperate for progression, we get closer to perfection. Every session, we leak it pain points when I make noise, can't get diminished. Dance with a young boy when he's a minute.
Oh, man. Dude, those first two songs bled into it. Like, I broke something on my stream, so I was like a little distracted, but I did not notice the transition from bugging to caffeine. I just thought it was like a song, like one song that changed its vibe halfway through and it became like more aggressive and angry. But I really liked both of those so far. They're like catchy and just like easy to listen to. It's got that sort of like emo rap feel, but more of like an indie rock sort of styling. Really cool so far, and those like breakbeat production elements are so cool. It really add the right level of crunch to add to the feeling of like anger and frustration that Breakins was trying to get across there. Really cool so far. TT Ed, I had not heard of the LEX. I'm surprised. I will definitely be checking that out. I did listen to MGMT. I drove up to Maine last week and I listened to it on the ride. There were some songs in there I really, really liked. I think I might, maybe I'll have to check it out again, like on stream or something. But I liked the overall feel of the record. CBD, okay. Oh, nice, definitely. Yeah, I'm like enjoying this so much so far. I'm really I'm looking forward to the rest of it. But yeah, maybe I'll check out the LEX next. I didn't really have a plan for like what to listen to after this. All right, Venus Flytrap.
Hypochondriac. I think you blood pressure spikes, so have a heart attack. I'm using my imagination. I take it better when she don't even ask me. 3 chords and she all over me nasty. She got me smothered, got me bugging last week. Leave a scar on my soul, cause it's smarter to fold. I take it better when she don't even ask me. 3 chords and she all over me nasty. She got me smothered, got me bugging last week. Leave a scar on my soul, cause it's smarter to fold. I take it better when she don't even laced with poison, I can't escape the rush. This ain't love, boy, you're just a pig in me up. Yes, Medusa, locks, rattlesnakes, the buff. No need to purchase my soul, girl, I just give it up. Goddamn, she slid and now we're breaking her eyes. The concoction just hit me and dilated my eyes. For my oxygen, she pulled me and she didn't even try. I was hypnotized soon as the lips go when she don't even ask me. 3 chords and she all over me nasty. She got me smothered, got me bugging last week. Leave a scar on my soul, cause it's smarter to fold. I take it better when she don't even ask me. My corpse is spilling blood in the backseat. She's undercover, got a Trojan to crash me. Leave a scar on my soul, seeing stars in the road. I take it better when she don't even ask me. She got this on repeat. I'm obsessive as her, she obsessive as me. And it's turned me to stone, and the curse got me weak. She won't get us alone, I can tell she a freak. It'd be like, oh no, she invited me to a pity party. Go home and hope you ain't leaving with nobody. But face on, she'll take me back to her place. Can't say that shit to her face, to make up my mind, I can't forget. Hypochondriac. I think you blood pressure spikes, so have a heart attack. Carbon to cold, now my car can't decline, and it
Dude knows how to write a hook, man.
God in a grave, but until then I gotta give it to you. I take it better when she don't even ask me. 3 chords and she all over me nasty. She got me smothered, got me bugging last week. Leave a scar on my soul, cause it's smarter to fold. I take it better when she don't even ask me. 3 chords and she all over me nasty. She got me smothered, got me bugging her last week. Leave a scar on my soul, cause it's smarter to fold. I'll take it better when she don't even ask me. My corpse is spilling blood in the backseat. She's undercover, got a Trojan to crash me. Leave a scar on my soul, seeing stars in a row. I'll take it better when she don't even ask.
Oh man.
Don't even ask. Then we vaporize till our
He's got like that like
fates align.
Post
Nothing
Malone
but twins, yeah, there's
warble to
space
his
in
voice.
time
I really like that.
can't forget.
Into this trance, your mind is programmed to drift on these words. Use my voice in your head as a thread to your heart. All that pain you're carrying, all that regret, I can remove it. All you have to do
my chest. My tears were glowing just enough for the screaming. Stuck in a burn, honey. My head split wide awake. I had to pay for you. Yeah, oh, yeah, no,
Yeah, that was great. The first part of this song, with how many times Breakins repeated, I think it's better when she don't even ask me, or I should definitely know the line. I don't know if that's right, but it reminded me a bit of like Fatboy Slim, with how they write this catchy hook, this like really catchy line, and then iterate on it about 1,000 times in different ways, sped up, slowed down, soft, loud, but all of it comes back to that one reliable, I think it's better when you don't even ask me, like that like catchy hook is throughout the entire song up until it like broke down. But it really builds the song in this organic way. It sort of like tricks your brain into just like getting caught up in the song even as it like moves through all these different motions. Really cool. I like that one a lot, and obviously it was like catchy as hell. And the ending was like, it gave you something to think about too. It's with the piano and whatever the woman was talking about there. Nice. On to Teeth. Oh no. Oh. Oh man, I guess I'll have to do break-ins another day. I think it's better when you don't even ask me. Just a bummer. All right, I think we're back. Give me 2 seconds, guys. There's nothing more disheartening than when they give me the hook okay. Bring that back. Heaven forbid I play copyright music to all of my 2 viewers. I did not think break-ins would be the one that would trigger the YouTube gods to smite my stream down, though. That is just a bummer. We can't play the rest of the album because once they start, they keep going. if I try to play this again, they're on to me. I gotta swap to something more YouTube friendly. Oh, that's just a bummer, dude. Let's see, what should we play then? I wonder if I was thinking of playing Frailty, Jane Remover. I wonder if that would get YouTube mad. I feel like Dead Air might be a small enough label still that they don't flag this stuff, but we'll see. So I'm gonna swap to that. I am very upset that I can't listen to the rest of Break-Ins right now. I'll have to listen to it off camera. Maybe film my reaction and post the video then. But yeah, if it's getting YouTube mad at me, there's nothing I can do. I should have. Oh, there we go. All right. So, yeah, I wanted to check out Jane Remover's old stuff. I really liked Census Designated from last year, and people have been recommending this, saying to check out her old stuff too. So here we are. This is Frailty, and this is Goldfish. Hopefully it doesn't get me banned.
Just hold down the fort for me. I'll be gone for 2 weeks or a month. Spend my summer climbing a tree. There's so much to be seen from the top. Unless you fall, and I know you're scared of heights, and it's okay. You know you can fly, but the thought of falling makes you want to cry. And why don't you respond to a text? You know you have a family that loves you. So when you come home, let's go back to Six Flags. I got you goldfish to put in.
back. I'm probably gonna have to stop this stream and maybe try starting a new one. Appreciate you guys sticking around. It's just, like I say, man, there's nothing that kills a buzz like having to deal with your stream getting blocked every 30 seconds. Freaking bummer, dude. Freaking bummer. All right, let me kill this one and start a new one and hope that that fixes the problem for today. End stream.